What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I want to talk about how to invest on the app Trading212. But before we get into today's video, I just want to say thank you very much, because we have now reached the 200 subscriber mark that I set out. Our next step, I would love if we get to 250 subscribers, and at 500 I'm going to buy a camera, buy the equipment and buy a new laptop to make better videos and edit my videos even better. So we can jump right into the app. So an account setup is very easy and straightforward. I think it took me only 3 to 4 minutes in total from setting it up to verification. And you can also start with a free share. I can put the link in the description below also for this if you want to sign up, and when you deposit €1 you will get 1 free share, and I will also get 1 free share, so it's a win-win for everyone. There is an app and a web platform for this company, but I feel that the app is a lot easier and straightforward to use, as the web platform is it's not really up to scratch in my opinion, but the app is very easy and helpful to use. So when you log in and sign up to the app, the first thing you'll know is you're in the home page, and on the home page you can see a lot of recent and popular stocks that are trading on the markets, such as Tesla, Apple, Amazon. On the top of the screen up here, you can see your watch list, so you can add companies to a watch list. So for example, if you went into Netflix, you can look through the company, and then you can check their analytics, you can check their ratios, their financial summary, their income statement, the balance sheets, cash flow, history, financial instruments. So if you go back up to the top up here and the top right, you can set prices, so you can get a price alert. So if it drops below, let's say, the $500 mark, you can get an alert. Or if it goes above like the $550 mark and you already have the position, well, you can get an alert to sell the stock if you wish. So if you go back out here, and then you can see there's the most popular companies that are being traded at the moment: the US stocks, UK stocks, cannabis stocks, new on Trading212, upcoming earnings, ETFs, and you can also customize your own watch list, for example, to look into. So the next tab would be the portfolio tab, and the free share is on about recently there. This is the link, and as again I can put it into the description below if you wish to partake in this. So on the portfolio tab, as you can see, I have 25 investments in my portfolio at the moment, which are 3M, AbbVie, Google, Amazon, Apple, AT&T, Bank of America, Barrick Gold, Caterpillar, Chevron, Coca-Cola, Duke Energy, Facebook, Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan & Chase, McDonald's, Microsoft, PepsiCo, Pfizer, Procter & Gamble, Realty Income, Tesla, Walt Disney, and Waste Management. So you can see down below bottom the allocation of each of my allocated funds in the pie. So let's say I wanted to buy 1 share of Apple, so you can click, once you search for Apple, you can click in here. You have the buy and the sell options. So you can see just below here the financials, so the 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, etc. You can see company details, the ratios, the summary. So if you wanted to buy, let's say, 1 share of Apple, so you click buy, and in here you can click number of shares. So let's say you want 1 share in Apple, so you put in the 1, and this, so obviously the market is in dollar, but if you're in Ireland or anywhere in Europe, it would be in euro, or in the UK it would be pounds. So when you set up your account originally, you set up what currency you want your portfolio to be in my case euro, so it will convert it automatically for you. So you can see here you have 1 share. If you want to buy, you could click review order, for example, and then if you didn't have enough for 1 full share, which is great feature in this, you can buy fractional shares. So while setting out, you mightn't have 20,000 in your portfolio, which is the case with many people. You'll only start off with a couple of €100 or £1, so you could buy fractional shares. So if you wanted to buy, let's say, 1/10 of a share, you just type in 0.1 of a share, and you can see that would cost you €41.91, or if you wanted half a share, 0.9, 20 shares, it all depends what you want to buy yourself. So another good option that I found in this portfolio also, or in this app, is that the option to create pies, and this is a new feature on this platform. So you can sign up for pies for the beta. I can put the link in the description below also. And when you sign up, you can create pies in the below here. So for the purpose of this video, we can create a fictional pie. So you create pie. So for the purpose of this video, we can just go into the most popular app or the most popular stocks. And let's say we wanted Tesla, Apple, Amazon and Facebook. So we wanted 4 of those companies in a pie. So then we continue. You can see on the top here in your pie that your annual rate of return would be 28.77% based on a 5-year historical performance. What I love about the pie is that it's very straightforward and user friendly. You can allocate what percentage you want. So in this example, we have 4 companies in the portfolio and it defaults to 25% per company. But if you want to, let's say, change Facebook to 50%, then you could change, let's say, Amazon to 10, and then you could change, say, Apple to 20 and Tesla to 20, which would make up the 100%. So then you could press next. You can auto invest. So if you wanted to auto invest, for example, it's also a very cool feature, I believe. So it can show you your value projection over 10 years. So if you invested over the 10-year period and you put in €1,000 auto invested into your pie monthly, you would have 563,000 in 10 years, roughly, based off 120,000 investment. So it depends how far your investments, if you want to have a 1-year investment trajectory, if you want 20 years. If you can't afford 1,000, which a lot of people probably can't on a monthly basis, you could change that to, let's say, 200 a month auto invested over 20 years or 8 years. So for example, over 8 years here, for €200 monthly invested, you'd have 63,000 on average over an 8-year period. You can also put an initial deposit, and this can be altered at any time. Now, if you don't want to auto invest, you can manually invest, which a lot of people do also. And just for this purpose, we'll just call this YouTube, just for this video. You could create the pie. So now you see you could have the pie down below, and once you go into that pie, you can see the value, the amount invested, the cash, your return. You can see total gains, the total amount reinvested, your cash. You can also set up a goal. So let's say over the long term you want this YouTube pie to go up to 10,000. Well, you can set that up also, and you can see how far you are at your goal in any given time. Now, another thing I liked about this pie is that you can create as many as you want. So when a lot of people are diversifying their portfolio, they might have a tech pie, they might have a consumer discretionary pie, they might have a financials pie, etc. So it's kind of handy to keep all your sectors separately to see how each is actually performing instead of just having them all in one big clump. You could also see here your holdings. So let's say you can see we had 50% we wanted in Facebook of our money, 20 in Apple, 20 in Tesla and 10 in Amazon. You can edit your pie at any given time. So you could, let's say, if you decide Facebook was doing very well, you could even up that to 60, or if it's doing bad, you could put it down to 20. And over time, once your portfolio and once your companies fluctuate in price, going up and down, you can also rebalance this portfolio, which is quite simple to do. You just click rebalance and it'll put them back to the weightings that you want. So the next tab would be the search tab. So when going into the search tab, you have the options of stocks and ETFs. In the stock section, you have the most popular, dividends, growth, highly volatile, low volatility, speculative, and you can browse all. In the ETFs, you have the most popular, you have equity funds, inverse funds, the rates, the commodity funds, and the fixed income funds. So in the stocks, you could go into the most popular, for example, so Tesla and the Apples. You could also, what I usually do when I'm looking for my companies, you go into the bottom and press browse all. In here you can see what countries you can invest in on this app. One downfall that I wish I could do is that I could invest in the Irish market, as I'm from Ireland, but I have a DeGiro account where I can buy stocks and shares from my own country. So on the purpose of this app, you can invest in the German market, UK, the US, the Netherlands, France, Spain, and Switzerland. So for example, if you wanted to go into the US, here you could see there's different sectors, and obviously diversification is key. So I like the way this is laid out in a very simplistic form also. So in the US, when you go to browse all in stocks, you get each of the individual sectors. So you have the energy sector, materials, industrials, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, healthcare, finance, tech, consumer services, utilities, and real estate. So obviously once you're setting up a portfolio, you could see in my own, just as my own example, if you go back, I have 25 companies in my own portfolio, and they're diversified across different sectors. So you really need, over the long term, if you want to succeed, and like as Warren Buffett said, that diversification is a protection against ignorance. Well, you have to realize that not everyone is massively into the markets and checking every 2 seconds of the day. You have to realize that if you have a broad overview of the market, that over the long term you should succeed. So you should, in my opinion, and I'm not a financial advisor by any stretch of imagination, you should really have a diversified, like it doesn't have to be 25 stocks. It could be 10, it could be 50, it all depends where you see fit. It depends what your investment goals are, what your return you're looking for, how risk averse you are, what age you are, your current situation. It really depends per person. So let's say if you're creating a portfolio right now, well, if you wanted, you should really kind of look into each of the below sectors, and you should pick out one or two of the best companies out of each sector that you believe that will flourish in the long term. That's just a point to note, that you shouldn't just, for example, obviously there's a bubble at the moment. In my opinion, you shouldn't throw all your money into the tech sector, even though it is going up at the moment, but it could just as well crash tomorrow. So you better having a wide diversified spread, so you can you won't have as much risk, so you won't have as much exposure. So in the final tab here, you can see you can get your free shares app. You can manage your funds, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds, which is fine. I had no issue with that. It was deposited and withdrew automatically. There was no delay like on DeGiro where you have to wait 2 to 3 business days. Another helpful thing for newbies is that you can go into playlist videos. So you can go into Invest 101, your stock investing. It shows you the difference between technical analysis and fundamental analysis. So there's hours and hours of videos there that you can watch, which is very helpful, and I would advise instead of jumping straight into the market. You can see the economic calendar here. There's no events today, obviously, as it is the weekend, but you can see different earning reports. You can see if there's an economic event coming up, if there's retail sales, if there's factory orders, current accounts, etc. So it's very handy if you are looking into buying a company to see what's coming up in the near future for those companies. As previously stated, you can set up price alerts. So just an example, if Coke went above $50, you can get an alert, or if it went down to 40, you could also get an alert to let you know if you wanted to buy or sell, so you don't have to constantly stare at the phone every minute of the day. You can go to your history, so you could see that you can check your orders, your dividends, which I don't have any at the moment because I just started, transactions, orders of what you bought and sold, which is handy also if you're filing taxes at the end of the year. Your notifications, so you can see when your orders got executed, both buys and sells. If a company, even if you're not invested, you also get alerts if a company went up a lot of percentages or even went down. Your settings, so you can go into your trading references, so you can toggle on and off what you want to be seen on your screen, your language, time zone, password unlock, your team, so you can change it to light or you can change it to dark depending on what suits you better and what you prefer. There's a promo code, help center, a chat with us. I found that their online chat system and service and help center was very useful, and they got back to me if I had any queries when I was setting up my portfolio, for example. They got back within a few hours, or when, for example, my girlfriend was set up an account and they wanted a free share and she didn't receive this, and she emailed them and they came back within a matter of hours also, so they were quite helpful there, so I couldn't fault them there at all. So with that being said, that kind of is a brief overview of the whole trading app and how to invest into the platform. If you have any further questions, or if you want me to dive into anything in further detail, such as the new pie system that they've set up, which is a great feature in my opinion. If you have any questions on that, or how to, if you want further, more in-depth notes on how to create the pie or how to diversify your portfolio, if you have any other setup questions or anything, don't hesitate to ask. Just ask in the comments below. So with that being said, that brings the end to today's video. Thanks very much for watching the whole way through. And if you liked the video, it would be great if you could like the video, and if you would consider subscribing to this channel, it would be great also, as we want to hit 250 subscribers in the next few weeks, which would be brilliant. So thanks very much, and I will see you guys in the next video.